A lot of times people think when they see an individual bugging out a drive-through, or snapping in a restaurant or something like that, they're acting the way they're acting because they're hungry. A lot of times people don't understand it's not that they're hungry, all right? Because the main reason most of us eat, especially when we eat garbage-ass food, the main reason most of us eat, we're eating because we need to suppress an emotion. And when an individual who gets on drive-through and you tell this individual, hey, I don't have this, or this is not available, or this isn't there, a lot of things goes on in that moment. What really happens though is their parasite is not happy. They're not going to get what they want. And then emotionally, you have to think about this for a second. Think about it. Emotionally, that chicken sandwich, the dipping of those chicken fingers, whatever it is you needed for your satisfaction, those crab legs, whatever it is you needed. If you can't get that satisfaction, there's an emotion that you had in place subconsciously that you don't know, because look at your day. Look at your day. Look at your day and how your day goes. And then look at how your day goes when you don't get to eat the garbage food you want to eat. You ever just see those people who trying to change their diet and trying to eat and they're just angry and they're depressed and and this ain't got no flavor and and this, that, and that. That's not it. It has nothing to do with that. I'm going to explain to you why it doesn't have anything to do with that. The reason it doesn't have anything to do with that is this. They are trying to suppress an emotion. Because they can't get that emotion suppressed, it's floating and it's hovering and it's coming up to the surface. And now they have to deal with that emotion. That right there is more nerve-wracking. More nerve-wracking than anything. And that's what you run into, and that's what people have to deal with when they're trying to change their lifestyle or trying to change their diet. It's not that they have to deal with the food and so on and so forth. It's just that they need to find, like, people always ask me, like, what are you eating? How do you do this and how do you do that? People need to understand something. I do a lot of scientific shit with my food so that it can do the same exact thing that the other food does, except I still have to deal with my emotions. Now let me say that again. The idea is to apply the same element you apply to the other food, but apply it to healthy food to help deal with your emotions. A lot of us like avocado, If you like heavy fats or whatever to deal with your emotions and that's what you want to deal with, don't deal with fried food. Go and put avocado in there. Obviously, avocado and or fat is something that you use to cope with your emotion. So try a healthy version of that. That's something I do. Okay, that's just something that I would do. If we understood that we were eating emotionally, we would change the way we eat because we'd understand that our food are our emotions. And as long as we keep eating them, we're going to keep having those reoccurring situations and reoccurring emotions. And also, you're never ever going to be able to eat your way out of it. You understand? You can't eat your way out of it. You can never eat your way out of your situation. No matter how hard we try, you can't eat your way out of it. You can't do it. You reach the bottom of that bag of Doritos every single time. Everything's fine and everything's okay until you reach the bottom of that bag of Doritos. Now what? Shit. Emotions, breakup, shit I'm not doing, shortcomings. That shit might come back into my head. I need something to replace this. I'll tell you something right now. Anybody out there got some snacks that they let run low? Y'all don't let them run low. Y'all don't let them run low. Y'all don't. And as soon as that ice cream bucket or whatever it is run low, again, the fat, because, to cope with our emotions a very, very suppressive a suppressive tool we use is fats. You know, that's why fried food and fast food is so prevalent. It's because fat is something we use to suppress our emotions. Okay? Like I was saying before, if you keep on using food to suppress your emotions, after a while, it's gonna stop working. Then you're gonna get really, really depressed, right? But what do we do when something stops working, like medicine or anything stops working? What do we do? Medicine stopped working, weed stopped working. What do we do? I just need more of it or a stronger version, right? And then that's what we do, you know? And that's exactly how people get fat. You're eating, your emotions from a bad breakup, from being sexually molested, and you start eating, you know, to cope through, to get through those times. You start eating. But then that's not enough. That doesn't satiate you enough, especially if you're eating a lot and you're gorging, you're starting to stretch your stomach out. You keep stretching and stretching and stretching, it takes more and more food to satiate you. It's gonna take more and more garbage to calm those emotions. And that's what we do, you know? So before you know it, we're eating, and this physical thing is now starting to occur to us that, you know, we think it's coming from the food, but it's coming from our emotions. And if we can just get a hold of our emotions, we can make the necessary change and do what it is we need to do. You understand? So try paying attention to your emotions and what you eat, and just understand anybody that's out there is dipping the butter, garlic dipping, and the cheese curdled over the, you know, dipping bread in cheese and just eating the meat with the, I'm telling y'all right now, they have emotional issues. They have emotional issues. And they don't want to cope with them. All right, later.